school, I read an article in our Sunday paper about the guards at the Unknown Soldier Tomb. So I sort of, at that moment, said that's a goal. I would love to do that.
I was watching a program on TV that was covering Memorial Day services at Arlington National Cemetery, and it caught my attention because I saw the caisson and I saw the honor guard, and I sat down and I was watching it, and they suddenly went to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And I had never seen it before other than in a book in school. And I saw that and I watched the changing of the guard, and I was riveted in my seat by the whole thing.
As a teenager, when I came to visit Washington, D.C., and I had the opportunity to come to Arlington National Cemetery and watch the changing of the guard, my lasting impression was one of professional excellence and pride in seeing something done to such a degree that I had never seen really before in the execution of drill and ceremony.
I was with the senior trip when we went to Washington, D.C., saw the monuments, saw Congress, and we went to Arlington. And of all the things that I did and saw while we were in Washington, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier impressed me the most.
Perfection is everything to us. That's what we strive for. Our whole job here is to honor the fallen soldiers, the unknowns mostly, but everybody who has fought and died for this country.
When we measure our uniforms, we measure it to 1/16 of an inch. As in, you know, that's how we try our uniforms as close to perfection as we can. When we press our uniforms, we don't want no folds on our uniforms. We press right on the seams. You know, we burn all our uniforms to get all the fuzz off. We burn all the yellow to make sure nothing's hanging off of it. We sand down our buff straps. Shoes, you could spend 500-600 hours on a shoe to get it up. Probably spending somewhere probably for me, 4 to 5 hours a day. Let them sit around, come back, shine them. So I mean, it's just a constant process.
Just from walking every day in the sun, this sterling badge doles out a lot.
Wow.
And so you have to come back, you know, every couple of days and just touch it up. And you know, it's a constant working process.
Now, where do you wear this badge?
We wear it on the right breast pocket of our uniform.
So this is very visible out there.
Very visible. This is actually what it starts like. And by the time I'm done, the back of this will be just as shiny as the front of it. You know, that's our.
So you're shining things to perfection that people don't even see.
Right. I mean, everything on our uniform is shined to the highest standard. And just because somebody can't see it, doesn't mean that it shouldn't be shined.
Once the soldiers assigned to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier serve at least 9 months and have met all specified testing criteria, they are eligible to permanently wear the Tomb Guard Identification Badge, one of the rarest military decorations in the United States. To earn the badge, each soldier is subjected to intense scrutiny of execution of duties and uniform specifications from both the relief commander and the sergeant of the guard.
A group of volunteers that want to come down and try out for the tomb over a 14-day period learn the uniform standard at the tomb, which is much different than the rest of the regiment. They initially have to memorize 7 pages of knowledge dealing with Arlington National Cemetery history, Tomb Guard history, and Old Guard history, and then they learn the plaza sequence guard change minus the finer points of that guard change. And after that 14-day period, they test out on those 3 areas, the uniform, the knowledge, and the guard change sequence. And if they pass, they're assigned to a relief. Over 3 different test periods, each test period lasting 30 to 45 days, they're tested again on those 3 areas. Each time, though, that they're tested, they can only make a fewer number of mistakes. By the time they get to the 3rd test period, now they've memorized 17 pages of knowledge. Once they pass that 3rd test, then they're given 9 days to prepare for their Tomb Guard Identification Badge test.
The uniform takes time, takes a soldier 6 to 8 hours a day just to prep a uniform for one day.
We had fellows that tailored their underwear so there wouldn't be a bulge in their uniform or a wrinkle in their uniform when they went out there.
Sentinels are as meticulous with their uniforms as they are with every other duty and responsibility they hold.
Goodness, we had fellows that chromed their bed springs. It was unbelievable. Poured the paint on their footlocker so that it would look like it was just a sheet of glass instead of brushing it. I loved all of that.
The tomb remains guarded, day or night, no matter the weather.
There was a huge snowstorm in Washington, D.C., and the snow was knee-deep, as I remember, and the civilian guards had to work to keep the mat clear and the plaza clear so we could change the guard, because that you're doing it 24 hours a day regardless of the weather.
The seasons can be very hard on a guy. The winter can be brutal. I had incidents where I had icicles from my ears, or ice packed in my head, frostbite. Well, it didn't quite make it to frostbite, but hands soaking wet and just freezing. And every time you hit that rifle, it was painful. And then you have the heat. The heat would get to you in a way that it would just literally weaken you physically and emotionally.
They are physically exhausted when they come down into their tomb chambers to get ready and to prepare for the next mission. They're completely, their uniform underneath the wool is completely soaked.
Despite their stoic demeanor, tomb guards are highly sensitized to their surroundings, aware of the slightest movements, noise, and the comments of the gathered visitors.
Sir, please remain behind the chair.
Sir, it is requested that you remain off the plaza at all times.
It is requested that everyone maintain an atmosphere of silence and respect at all times. It is requested that everyone maintains a level of silence and respect.
Once a badge holder has left the tomb, and even after all military service has been completed, the Tomb Guard Identification Badge is the only military badge that can be revoked for conduct that brings dishonor or disrespect to the tomb.
All out!
You guys are out there 24/7.
Yes, sir.
Rain, sleet,
Yes, sir.
snow,
Yes, sir.
blizzard,
Yes, sir. Everything.
stinking hot, humid, sweating like crazy.
Yes, sir. I mean, like the past 2 days, the weather's been really bad, but soldiers will be out there.
As it was told to me when I first came onto the Guard, it's tough to become a member of the Honor Guard. It's tougher to stay.
It is very hard, but we know what we're here for. So when we go out here and we see family members that come here and they look at the unknowns and thinking that, you know, maybe that's a fallen brother or father or somebody that they were kin to, you know, that's the reason why we strive for perfection, because we want to show them that we will never leave this post unguarded.